welcome to the last day of the year, December 31st, 2016. And I'm out riding my bike in the snow. So that was really an interesting ride. It wasn't snowing either time I went to leave. When I went to go to the gym, it started blizzarding kind of like halfway through. Definitely a little bit sketchy. And then when I came back from the gym, I was like, oh, it's a break in the weather. Great. Get on my bike, again, starts puking snow again. Oh well. Gotta have one more challenge for the end of the year, right? Oh god. So yeah, the reason why I biked to the gym, not because I really wanted to bike in the snow, I left my car up in Whistler because last night we went down to the Canucks game, which was super fun. Canucks are playing the Anaheim Ducks, and we had to drive down right after work, and we had to leave right away because that highway can be a bit of a nightmare and that there's tons of traffic coming down. You get into the city again, tons more traffic. And of course, there was an accident on the highway, so it's a good thing that we left when we did. So got to the game, super fun. The Canucks won in overtime, so it ended up being 3-2. So that was pretty sweet. But it just made more sense for us to take one vehicle down from Whistler. Stayed in Squamish last night, and then I didn't have a vehicle, so I was either gonna bike or run, and I decided to bike, and it decided to snow. But that was okay. Still gonna go. It's the end of the year. I always do a workout on December 31st. It's one of the things that I like to do. I like to end my year the way that I want it to start off for the next year. So that's kind of what went down there. For the rest of the day, I do need to prep some food, so I'm gonna be showing you guys my meal plan for the first 2 weeks of January. So stay tuned for that. I'm gonna write those out, go to the grocery store, and then tonight I'm gonna celebrate the new year. So that's kind of the plan. All right, see you guys. These were one of my grocery store finds of the day. So I got this the last time I had the La Croix flavored waters was quite a few months ago. I found one of these packs at Whole Foods in Vancouver. And then when I went back to Whole Foods, I couldn't find it. So you get 8 cans in here. It was on sale, I think, for like $4.99. So I got the peach pear flavor. And it is so good. So I highly recommend trying these out. You know, if you're trying to stay on track with your macros and you're trying to have a drink that doesn't have any extra calories in it. These are 0 calories. It's sparkling water, naturally flavored, and they taste delicious. I highly suggest the peach pear flavor. Now I found this at London Drugs, so that was a pretty good find. So if you're looking for another type of drink to have that doesn't kind of tap into your calories, check out these guys. All right guys, so in this video I'm going to be giving you 5 tips for kind of setting yourself off on the right foot towards your goals in the new year. Now, the first tip that I have for you guys is to get yourself some Tupperware. Now, Tupperware is key because when you're prepared, you will not fail. So if you make your meals in advance and you have good Tupperware to put them in, and by good, I mean it's reliable, it does not explode in your bag, and it can carry an adequate amount of food, you are way more likely to stay on track in the new year. So go on out, get yourself some Tupperware, and make this your best year yet. So this is a new Tupperware that I found. I got 4 small Ziploc containers. I like the Ziploc brand because they have the one press seal. So you know if that is going to be sealed down. So you know your food is not going to go everywhere. Get it right, get it tight. Alright guys, so just going through kind of what I'd like to eat for the week. I'm kind of a creature of habit, so I don't really veer too much from my list. Obviously I have different combinations, spices, seasonings, that kind of stuff. But this is kind of how week 1's going to look. So for breakfast I'm going to be making a vanilla blueberry peanut butter shake. Always using my Magnum Quattro because it is my favorite protein powder. Snack, 2 hard-boiled eggs. I like the Laughing Cow cheese. Now they come in a bunch of different flavors, so I kind of change that up each week. And then rice cakes, I either do sun-dried tomato or I'll do the cheddar ones for lunch. So each week I'll make a different batch of lunches. So for this week, I'm gonna be going to the grocery store, getting some ground turkey, sweet potatoes, and making a chili out of that. So a lot of great nutrients you can do, and it's super easy. So I just throw all the ingredients into my slow cooker. I will also add to the description where I found my recipe. Snack, now this is going to be most likely chicken, 4 ounces of chicken, half an avocado, and then Brussels sprouts, so there'll be no carbs at that meal. And then for dinner, so dinners, it always varies. It's going to be some sort of lean protein and then some sort of veggies, and if I have carbs that day left over, I'll have carbs. Just kind of depends how the day goes. But the first meal we'll be doing is pork tenderloin with some roasted veggies. It's very seasonal. I love the veggies you can get at this time of year, especially all the different kinds of squashes. Butternut and kabocha are some of my favorite squashes to get. And the last meal of the day, if I'm still hungry, I will use another scoop of the vanilla Magnum Quattro to make a shake, mug cake, or a 1-carb pancake. Now, those are all things that I will have to show you guys as we go along, or post the recipes kind of as the week goes on, depending on what I end up making. But I like to get a little bit creative with my last meal. Mix it up. You know, if I have extra fats, I'll make some sort of peanut butter, chocolate, coconut oil truffle. That's another one I'll show you guys at a later date. And then since I have it in my freezer, a few days out of the week, I will have Halo Top. Now, Halo Top is a low carb, high protein, relatively low fat ice cream. Alright guys, so I got the turkey chili cooking. Oh yeah. So delicious. Super simple too. Basically just took a bunch of cans. We have peas, black beans, chickpeas, all of which have no salt added to them. I have yellow sweet potato, a can of tomato paste, a small one, diced tomatoes, probably like a cup of just water put into there. Spices I used were just basic chili spice. Shook that on a bunch of times. Don't really follow a recipe. And then I also used Flavor God's garlic spice. So that one is, Garlic Lovers. This is my first time using this, and I figured, hey, why not use this instead of just crushing up garlic? So I did that. Also put in some black pepper, lean ground turkey, so extra lean ground turkey, 1 package of that. And then the secret to this, so I really like my chili to be kind of like sweet and spicy. So I put about 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder into it, probably 10 shakes. So we shake the bottle of Frank's hot sauce into there. And then I stir that up so it gives it kind of like a smoky sweet flavor, which is pretty good. And yeah, that's basically it that's in there. So I'm letting that cook in the slow cooker for 6 hours. And once that's ready, I'll probably have like 8 lunches out of that. So that's pretty much good for 2 weeks. So tip for the new year, invest in a slow cooker. It will save your life. It's a time saver. So even if you work crazy, crazy hours, you can always just throw in like 4 chicken breasts into your slow cooker, add the seasonings that you normally do to your chicken, and wake up in the morning, have, say, your 4 Tupperwares laid out, plop the chicken in there and whatever veg you might want to put in there too. You're good to go. Like, low maintenance. So people try to tell me they don't have time, and I am the queen of time management. So if you have some reason why you don't think you have time to work out or make healthy food, comment below and I will give you a recommendation on how you will have time. Okay? That's my gift to you. Happy New Year. Alright guys, so tip number 3 is to stay hydrated. Now, I showed you earlier in the video some options that you can consume to keep you hydrated, and also that won't take away from your calories or your macros for the day. Some of the other things that I like to use to keep me on track with my hydration goals, always have a water bottle on hand. And always be sipping all day long. It's one thing to have your water bottle, but it's another thing to actually drink from it. Your body will thank you. It keeps everything flowing and working correctly in your body. So definitely get a water bottle, carry it around with you, and remember to drink from it. If you're having a hard time remembering to drink from it, set an alarm on your phone, set an alarm on your computer, like make sure you're drinking that water. If you don't really like the taste of water, there's things you can do. So you can have kind of like the flavored waters. So like the La Croix that I showed you guys earlier, you can use those Mio spurts. They're a great way to kind of enhance your water and make you want to drink a little bit, which can be quite helpful. BCAAs are a great option too. I have BCAAs 1 to 2 times a day, depending on how hard I'm training. Those are branched chain amino acids. They come in a lot of great flavors, so really, really good way to get hydrated and to enjoy what you're drinking. If you're more of a natural person and you don't want to have those added stevias or sucralose or anything like that in your water, that's fine. That's great. Like, yeah, it might take a little bit more work, but you know, go to the store, buy some lemons, slice that up, add it into your water bottle or into a water jug that you keep in your fridge. So you can add in lemon, mint, lime, different fruits. Sometimes people like to do kind of like a mojito kind of concoction using like basil, raspberry, and lemon or lime, that kind of stuff. And that's a great way to stay hydrated too. There's nothing wrong with that. So that's tip number 3 to be successful in the new year. Stay hydrated. All right, we're moving on to tip number 4. So tip number 4 for you guys for kind of staying on track and being the best version of yourself in the new year is to invest in yourself. Now this goes without saying. I mean, we say it all the time for work, but it also goes a long way when you're trying to make yourself, you know, a better person for fitness, lifestyle, whatever it might be. So invest in knowledge, whether it be going and taking some courses so that you better understand the fitness and health lifestyle. Invest in a coach. That's a great thing too. You know, like I personally even invest in a coach as well because I see the value in it. And as soon as I don't see the value in one coach, I move on to another one. So I'm constantly gaining knowledge because everybody has something different to bring to the table. And I want to be a sponge. I want to absorb as much knowledge as I possibly can. Some other things, you know, like do the work, you know, do the research, look up articles, go online, you know. Bodybuilding.com is a great resource for tons of information if you just want stuff really layman terms. If you're looking for more scientific information, well, then you want to get on to things like Google Scholar or your local university. If you're in university, you can look at the library and then the online journal articles. So that's kind of more the hard work. If you want to look at a journal article, make sure you read it correctly. That's very important. But that's where all these magazines and popular science places, they're getting their information from journal articles, which are written from university students and profs and so forth. So if you want to find the actual source of the information that's getting published in all these magazines, the people who are writing those articles, they go and sift through a bunch of journals. They find a key term that they like, and then they write about it in a way that people can understand it. So if you want the scientific side of things, look up journal articles. If you want kind of like easy-deasy, ready stuff, just down to the basic information, get a magazine, whatever motivates you, whatever's going to give you that knowledge that you need to do to kind of buy into it a little bit more. Tip number 5 is write down a commitment. Simple as that. And a commitment for some people, it's a goal, right? So whether it's gym related, you know, I want to go to the gym 3 days a week. Make that commitment to yourself, right? If you want to make your food 4 out of 5 days of lunch for lunch, that's fine. If you want to be a cleaner person, maybe you need to clean your room more often. I don't know. Whatever it is, make a commitment to yourself and involve others. So if you really truly want to be successful, you can't just kind of write down these goals and keep them to yourself. Like you gotta share them. You gotta get other people involved, because if other people don't know what you're doing, they don't know how to support you. So until they understand your goals, they can't be of support to you. They might actually be hindering your results just because they're doing things without realizing that it's affecting what you want to do. So if something's really important to you, make a commitment, write it down, use the SMART acronym. SMART acronym is basic way for setting a successful goal. SMART's an acronym for specific, measurable, it needs to be attainable, it needs to be realistic, and it needs to be time oriented. So you always got to put a timestamp on what you want to do. So if you want to do Tough Mudder, cool. When you're doing it, sign up for it. Let's make a pathway to get there. You know, if you want to lose 30 pounds for your wedding, when's your wedding? How many days a week do you have available? Let's make it happen. You know, anything that's important to you, make a commitment to it, involve others, and use the SMART acronym to make it actually happen. And those are my tips for you guys for the new year. All right, thanks for watching. See ya, 2017.